My name is Gabriele James. I'm the VP of Professional Development for the Canadian Marketing Association, and I'm here today with Alan Kay. Alan is the principal at a change management company, the Glasgow Group. He's also a highly rated instructor and facilitator, a marketing communications expert, as well as being an author. A few years ago, the Education Committee and I discussed what are some of the challenges that are facing marketers who really want to succeed and those who are being promoted into roles in which they'll have responsibilities in leading people. In that transition period, we also identified that leadership skills get the least attention. So we asked Alan to develop a seminar to address that. So Alan, how does this seminar really specifically help marketers build their people skills?
First of all, organisations are starting to realise that leadership skills matter. Unfortunately, it hasn't quite arrived in the marketing department. So it's up to the individual quite often to understand there's a need there. But what's important for the individual to recognise, it isn't just about developing your leadership skills in order to get the work done through your people. It's part of your career development. That if you succeed in this area, you'll succeed in others.
Alan, I think from participating in this seminar, I understand that really there's a strong focus on skills that you already have and leveraging those to continue to build your leadership.
Yeah, that's terribly important. First of all, there is some pre-work, we'll talk about that in a minute, but what we're doing is assessing where you already have resources for leadership, where you're resilient. Remember, being in marketing is not that easy. And secondly, where not so much the gaps, but what are the opportunities to build in some new tools. We're not dealing with deficits here. We're not overcoming deficits. We're building on strengths you've already got and adding in some new ones.
Alan, you just mentioned talking about a little bit of some pre-work that the participants will be doing. Can you tell us a little bit more about the pre-work and then what happens after the seminar is done?
Yes. The pre-work's designed to help you, first of all, go and ask some questions. You should be asking a few questions of your boss, maybe some of your colleagues. You might want to go to the HR folks and say, what's our leadership development policy? But more importantly, it'll give you some questions to begin that self-assessment so that when you come, you've begun to think about A, what you're already good at, B, what you'd like to get better, and, this is the important one, what you'd like to work on to become better at during the course so that when you go back to work, you're able to do it.
One of the things that I really liked about the seminar from a participant point of view was that you had a very strong focus on the practical, minimal on the theory.
Yeah. So we've got lots of inspiring quotes on the slides to help us, think about the contextual level. But really, a lot of it is practice. So the participants spend time working together, talking about their particular situation, doing an assessment, the assessment together. Group conversation, some one-on-one demos in the front of the group, and always on practical things that you're actually facing in your workplace.
Absolutely. Alan, let's talk a little bit about who is the seminar for? Who would benefit from this? I
think there's three groups. You're relatively new in your career to marketing. You know that you've got people skills, but now you're going to have more responsibility for planning and getting people to do work. The next level up is you've been in marketing for quite a while. You've had people reporting to you for quite a while. You're doing quite well, but you know that you'd like to get more of that work off of your desk and get them doing it.
Great point.
And also collaborating across the way, helping your team collaborate across the way. And then you're senior. You've been at this for quite a long time. Your leadership skills aren't that bad. They're quite good. But what you'd like to do is add in some more tools in order to get you promoted to another level.
That collaboration today is so important with integrated marketing being the base of all marketing departments.
Yeah. Marketing's taken a stronger role in the organization these days because it is dealing with digital, etc., and getting closer to the customer and having greater responsibility. Therefore, the individuals in marketing do need to know how to collaborate with other parts of the organization.
One thing that really resonated with me is when you mentioned that there is some time spent in the seminar on getting other people to do things. And your book, Fry the Monkeys, Create a Solution, certainly was very helpful, and I'm just letting all the participants know that that is definitely one of the takeaways that you will have at the end of the seminar. Any last thoughts, Alan?
Yeah, I think in the pre-work you come with some ideas of what you want to get better at, and you attach it to a specific project. During the 2 days, we look at, you self-assess and decide, I'm going to work on this project when I get back to work. We do some practice on that, so that when you leave, over the next few days, not only will you see a difference, but your staff, colleagues, and your boss will start to notice a difference right away. Gab, would you mind telling us some of the feedback that we've had from previous participants?
Great question, Alan. I've got some of that feedback right in front of me here. Recognize the bigger picture in a crisis. Slow down, not to engage the squeaky wheel. That was solid advice for me in the seminar as well. Application of principles and tools through practical exercises and role-playing. Candidness with discussion. Clearly illustrated the language to utilize with the team. Adapted the seminar to the group's needs. Gave suggestions on the work challenges we identified. And of course, knowledgeable, interactive, and adaptive.
Wow, thanks very much, Gab.